Buenos nachos, mi amigos.
My apologies for that. I didn't really know how to start off this video because we're kind of like in an in-between in the type of content we're making, and in all reality, I'm filming this right now in a weird way because I'm waiting for my new equipment to show up so I can make the new types of videos, but I really didn't want to take a break. In fact, I wanted to make a video for you guys that I've been thinking about for a while, and I really just never had the opportunity to make it. If you've seen any of my streams or videos or anything like that, there's a really good chance you've heard me talk about systematic trading. You guys know when I go into the market, I like to use machines to help me because it takes out the human element. And there's a good chance if you've seen any of that, you've probably thought,
that sounds really good, but I don't know how to do it.
And in this video, that's what I'm going to address. If you have no coding background, that is perfectly okay, because in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step walkthrough of how you can become a systematic trader. Of course, before we get into all of that, if you enjoy this type of market discussion, systematic trading discussion, really, if you just enjoy this type of effort and you want more of it, let me know by hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And hey, give me a little bit of a shout out in the comments because that does help with the algorithmic overlords that run my life. And with that being said, let's get started. There are only 3 things you need to know. First of all, you have to have a NinjaTrader account because right now that's the most popular thing that a lot of people are doing with their own trading, systematic trading, and we're going to be building this out in NinjaScript. Number 2, you should have access to ChatGPT because we're going to be taking advantage of AI building out the systems for us. And number 3, you have to have a Lucky Buffalo shirt. I don't know who made the rules, but I'm doing my best to follow them. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to have a lucky shirt. So basically, a Ninja account, access to ChatGPT, and your luckiest of all Buffalo shirts. Once you have those 3 things, we can get rocking with this video. I should clarify from the onset that the way we're going to go through this is going to be a little bit clunky, and I'm intentionally going to prompt a couple of errors just to show you how to fix it. So if you want, you could fast forward to the end and just get the perfect script and do that. Or if this is your second, third, fourth time of watching it, you might want to fast forward till then. Or if you just want to skip all, hey, have at it. But there's going to be some good nuggets of knowledge. So I do recommend on your first watch through, you might just want to watch it all. Maybe you want to throw it on 2x speed. Let's kick this off by looking at NinjaTrader. The 3 things you're gonna need is obviously your main home panel that has new tools, workshops, and all that, or workspace, or whatever the hell it is. You're gonna want your strategy one. I push it out into another tab right here, strategy. So you could, right here, you could copy this one, do whatever you want, duplicate in a new tab, duplicate in a new window. I usually put it into a new tab. And then I also have a chart one as well. So you're gonna need your strategy, your chart, and kind of your main home panel. Here's where we're going to get rocking. Click on new, go to strategy builder. This is where you got to get started. As soon as you click on that, I'm waiting for mine to load. Where in the world is it? Okay, it finally popped up. It might take a second right there. We're not going to edit that out or anything. It could take 5 to 10 seconds. All right, we are creating a new strategy. Click on next. My custom strategy, let's just for this purpose call it XXX, and all you have to do is click on compile. When you do that, eventually you're going to hear a weird little sound right there, and that means, okay, strategy generated successfully. What I want you to do from here is click on unlock code. It's going to give you this warning that as soon as you do it, you can't go through the builder anymore, and just say A-OK, and that's all we have to do. As soon as you do that, it's gonna bring up the actual code for the strategy. And right now, the strategy does nothing. On bar update, add your custom strategy logic here. And yeah, we could be smart and know how to code and add it, or we're gonna take advantage of AI, but this is the base thing. For the point of this test, I just called it XXX, do whatever you want, but that is getting us going. And I do wanna point out, now that I made XXX, all you have to do to access this stuff is click on your chart and then right click on your chart and then, or just Control S, strategies. And you're gonna see that you can add it to a chart. That's how these things work. You add them to a chart and it's gonna run on whatever that particular chart is. Once again, this is taking a couple seconds. We're not gonna edit it out. I just want you guys to get a feeling. And then right here, if you go to XXX, that's literally one I just created. You would click on add, and that is the strategy there. I'll arbitrarily apply it to sim. Make sure you are applying it to the right account. So right here, I'm on the 1 minute chart. I'm applying it to the sim. I added it, you click apply, and boom, it is right there. right here. You can see it on your strategy tab, whether you broke it out, whether this initial one, it's right there. And obviously to turn it on, to turn it off, you just enabled is green. If it's on, it should have a position. It's messed up, it's going to be yellow, but that's how you get a strategy on. So that's the basic. Just right click, add the strategy. After we built it, I literally just made this one. Nothing too special about it. The special thing is the actual logic of what is the strategy. And that's what I want to do with you right here. So I just opened up a fresh chat GBT, and I'll say this. Hi, are you familiar? Or hang on. Do you know how to code in Ninja Script 8? That is the name. Technically it's C#, but Ninja Script has its own version of C#, and it's called Ninja Script 8. And as you're gonna see, it's like, yeah, I actually know a lot about it. So we're gonna let this think. And actually what I'm gonna do to make it go a little bit faster is we're gonna switch it up. And I'm right now on O3, which uses advanced reasoning. I'm gonna switch it up just because it's a little bit faster. So for the point of this video, actually, let's just copy. We'll kill this right here, and let's just do it a little bit faster. You don't need to do the most advanced. It's actually getting really, really good at, yes, it knows how to code it. Okay, so here's what you're gonna wanna do. Let's say, take on the role of the lead quant developer at my hedge fund. I need a strategy. And it's at this point that you could kind of put in your own logic, but I'm just going to kind of show you an example. Obviously, do what you think is appropriate. I need a strategy that buys at market open, has a profit target of 10 points and a risk of 10 points. Boom, just like that. Literally in English written text. Let's see what it does. As I'm gonna show you, this is gonna prompt some issues here or there, but let's see what we could do. So right here, right away, it starts to generate code that quickly. We have profit target, 40 ticks, because remember 10 points, there's 4 ticks. That's where it's getting the 40, but it's generating code that quickly. I think that is absolutely awesome. So right here, all right, so let's copy that, cool. And then what we could do, all I did was copy that. And just so you guys know, right here, I'm bringing up the code that we had before. If you lose this code, actually, let's pretend I lost it. So just to clarify where I'm at, all I did was hit this copy. And let's say you lost that code that I was at. So here's what you do. You hit new again. And this time, instead of strategy builder, you go to Ninja Script editor. Okay, great. It's going to bring up this screen. Then you go to strategies. Then you go on the one we just built, XXX. So let me open that back up, and boom, that's how you get the code again. And shoot, I just exited out of it. So that was like really silly of me. But once again, strategies right here. I opened up strategies, XXX. There is the code. It's going to open it up in that panel. That's why I accidentally exited out of it. So what you're going to do is I copied and paste, and then it called it something else. Market open strategy, 10 points. Well, that's going to cause a naming issue. And I'm going to say, you don't want that issue. Name the strategy XXX. So it's going to quickly switch it for me. Here's the same strategy, XXX, great. And you just let it produce it. So right there, like I said, I'm intentionally causing some issues just so you can see how much the AI itself can help you. My whole goal is not to touch a line of code myself. So let's just wait. It's producing. Awesome. Cool. It is done. So I copied it again. Just literally Control A, highlight the whole thing, and then Control V, and it posts it over it. So we're back to XXX. And then up here, you're going to see this little button, compile. Whenever you do any changes, and it's kind of like the save point, you want to click on that. Perfect. So I try to save it, and now I have errors. The type or namespace display attribute could not be found. So let's go, and instead of me trying to figure it out, let's have AI do it. The namespace display could not be found. Make sure you are trying to compile before giving me the solution. All right, so once again, it's going to be a bit clunky, but I'm trying to really cover all the errors that you might have yourself in this. Right here, thanks for the heads up display, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. We're going to let it produce. And then right here, let's see if it copied or if it caught it. Once again, Control A, Control V, then we recompile. There's still going to be errors. The type or namespace display could not be found. So one thing you could do, and I'm not going to do it in this, you could actually take a screenshot and send the screenshot of the error in. So that's another way to do it. That's actually a faster way to do it. Display, attribute, and display. So that's where we still have an error. There is still a compile error with display and display attribute. Yes, you're absolutely right. I hate how it does that. It's like, oh yeah, I totally knew that. All right, well, we will fix that. Needed for display attribute. All right, let's copy the solution once again. And if this point is boring you a little bit, like I said, I will give you the solution at the end. Let's redo it. Let's do it. Boom, you heard that doo-doo. That means it is good to go. So this code is functioning code. Remember, we are going for a profit target of 40 ticks, aka 10 points, and our stop loss is 40. And this is always gonna run at market open as I kind of told it to do that. So as long as it's past 9:30, we are good to go. And then right there, has traded today. So it's allowed to do one trade per day. But once again, this is all AI generated. So now that we have that code, I'm gonna move this off the screen for 1 second. And remember, we already applied this code to this particular chart, but just in case you didn't, here's strategies. Let me just remove it, apply it. Okay, there's no strategy. I'll once again add it. So right click or Control S, go down to strategies, you find your code, cool, you added it, make sure it is on the right chart, make sure it's on the right account, and then all you have to do is hit apply, and you're gonna see it come up on your strategies tab. Now, right now it is not enabled. You're not gonna see anything, but you can easily enable it. Right there, we just enabled it, and look at that, it had a trade. And actually today, the day that I'm running it, you can see it was a stop loss. So it went long at market open and ended up hitting its stop loss of 10 points later. Let's just scroll back. Let's just do a little bit of a sanity check. When did it make money the day before? This is definitely not going to be a profitable strategy. Actually, it lost money on that day. Maybe we should be doing the opposite. Maybe we should be going short instead of going long. What about 3 days ago? How much did this go? Oh, hey, that one made money. It's just, I'm really just showing you that it's running. So if it's enabled, it's going to show enabled, not. Okay, so basically you could click this to turn it on and off. Every time you change the code, you're going to want to unenable it and then re-enable it again. So, okay, that one, we noticed that today was not so good when I ran it. So check out how quickly you could alter this if you want. Let's go back to ChatGPT and say, I like the strat, but I want it to go short at market open. Cool, boom, that's all you have to do. My whole goal here is not to code at all, and I'm trying to show you that this is all working. All right, copy, great. And then once again, copy or A, V, compile. Don't forget to compile. You heard the ding. And then here, I'm going to move this off screen for a second. Once again, you're going to enable it, re-enable it. But right here, just to show you that it flipped it that perfectly, today at market open, we know at 9:30, it went short, got its profit for 10 points. $200, bada bing, bada boom. I want to clarify, this is not a profitable strategy. In fact, if you want to see how this does in backtesting, once again, right click, go to strategy performance, click on it, and then you just do real time and historical, and it's going to take another second and bring it up. But right here, not so good. I mean, I'm not running on that much data. Once again, you could right click data series. And if you want it to run on more days, like let's say we want it to run on 20 days, we're going to apply that. This one is arbitrarily just going short at market open. So we could see how it would have performed right here, real time and historical. And you can see this is net up $200. So it made $1,600, it lost $1,400, net up $200 over the past 20 days. It's nothing that special. I'm not trying to pitch this as a profitable strategy. I'm trying to show you how you can easily make your own trading strategies. So here's the secret sauce. I noticed there were a few issues at the start. What is a better way to prompt you to avoid all of the initial issues? So this is the secret sauce right here. So we had all those errors, and there's a good time every time you're like building it out, you're gonna have those problems. This is the secret right here. So be explicit about what you want. Add this line if it is critical. So right here, you could have easily, just think about this. This is AI giving you advice on how to use AI better. So this is the point of where really you should be stepping up. I just wanted to show you that if you do have errors, you can feed the errors back to the AI and eventually it'll fix it. But right here, you could use this. Give me a fully compatible Ninja 8 strategy that goes short at 9:30 a.m. ET, uses market orders, and has a 10-point stop. And I want the code to run without any missing using statements or compile errors. Boom. That is a great script. You could start right there. And then if it's critical, make sure this code compiles cleanly in Ninja 8 strategy editor with no namespace or errors. Okay, great. That makes sense. Tell me the chart size so you could be even more specific of I am running this on a 1-minute chart in the regular trading hours. I don't want over engineering, just a clean. Okay. Another thing is something such as, how about this? A lot of the times with these namespace issues, you're going to want to remind it that does Ninja script accept .net, .net. And you're going to see that the answer is no. It's going to prompt some of these issues, blah, blah, blah. What you can't use is right here, .net core, .net, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What is the best script with that as a consideration? Okay, cool. Let's break this down. It must be blah, blah, blah. So, I asked accidentally for the best script. All right, let me let this produce really quick. And once again, it's making that. As always, you could hit copy, paste it in, make sure to compile. And then right there, okay. What prompt should I give you so we can start here each time? My goal is to avoid all unnecessary compile and logic errors. Okay, cool. This is really where you want to get going right there. Give me a fully compilable Ninja script actually written in C# that runs with no namespace, attribute, logical errors. Use on each tick. If you want to do that, you could do on bar open. You would be using that. You want to be careful about the .net. But the key here, the secret sauce here is as AI continues to develop, and you notice that sometimes you're running into the same issues, ask the AI itself of how you can avoid that in the future. And then from there, just keep using that as your new prompt. All right, so let's do this. Show me the current XXX, and this is going to be the final thing that I want to go over in this particular video, because once again, we're just getting started. So I just did show me the current XXX. It's going to remember those strategies. Go short at 9:30, 10-point stop, 10-point profit target. Be fully compilable in Ninja Script 8. Include all necessary using statements. Use on each tick for accurate timing. If you wanted to, you could do on bar close, but that would be the 9:30 bar close into 9:31. That is up to you. What's cool is don't forget to read this at the end. What would you like? Add a trade direction input toggle. You could do that. Be like, some days I want bullish or bearish. That would be an input. You could have it add that. Max drawdown, session lockout. So it's giving you these suggestions. And if you want it, you could be like, yeah. So for example, once again, no coding right here. Boom, copy, paste, and let's have that do the code. I'm going to show you how cool this is. I promise this is the last thing of this particular video. So let's let this compile. Once again, I did nothing. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to bring it back over to the code, highlight all of that, replace it, compile. Great. Now check out how cool this is. Check this out. I think this is the coolest part of it. Once again, you have to unenable it, and then right here, right click, edit strategy. So it just added this trade direction short or you could do long. This is doing it in a string. You could do it as a true false bool. You could do whatever you want, but right there, cool, enabled. Let's see how it looks right here. So I went long, and at long, obviously that was a bust up. So unenable it, edit it again. Check this out. You could just go do short instead. Oops, hang on. Let me just make sure I'm highlighting the right thing. Short, great. I switched it to short, re-enable it. Boom, sell short, made its profit. So just like that, you can really, it's up to you and your imagination of how customizable you want it to be. The point I'm really trying to drive home is you don't have to code any of it. You could just say, hey, ChatGPT, I actually want like 5 contracts and 3 here, 2 there, and 1 runner. It's truly up to you and your imagination. I just really wanted to make this because, like I said, we're in a little bit of an in-between period. I've always wanted to make this one, but I'm getting a lot of questions of how can I make my own trading strategies? This is the place for you to get started. I would argue this is the best foundation for you to get started. It's up to you, your imagination, and just talk to AI over and over again. Of course, if you want to bring it to the next level, that's when I suggest you join up with the Goonie Discord. The first month is 100% free, and there's a lot of people working on this stuff day in and day out, and that's the best place for you to kind of get onto the express ramp with this. But of course, if you just want to go slow and steady at your own pace, that's completely acceptable as well. Just keep taking advantage of really the rise of this technology. That's what I have for you in this one. Of course, if you want more of these types of videos in the future, let me know in the description below. If you have this idea for a strategy and you want me to make a whole video of building it out and back testing it and seeing if it passes all the tests like robustness, seasonality, Monte Carlo, more than happy to do it, because really when it comes to me in the market, this is the specific sub niche that I really, really love. So of course, if you have any questions, let me know in a comment below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.